Good afternoon, graduates. Our keynote speaker this afternoon is a woman close to the heart of the pillars of College of Subic Montessori. She is a graduate of the LaSalle University with a degree in business management and entrepreneurship. She also finished the commercial pilot course from Philippine Airlines Aviation School. She is now the president of Golden 8 Discovery Leasing Corporation and the vice president and school administrator of College of St. Katherine, Quezon City. The vice president of Explorer Motors Incorporated and Platinum Wings Farm and Trading Corporation. And on top of all that, she is a great wife and an amazing mother of two. Ladies and gentlemen, the lady of many talents, Mrs. Katherine Ordoñez.
Thank you, ma'am, for that lengthy introduction. So, good afternoon, everyone. I will try to make this as short as possible, as I know you already want to celebrate with your graduates today. So, to our Chair Director, Dr. Caridad Abuan, our dear President, Dr. Soledad Manibing, to the Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Romeo Manibing Jr., to my beloved mother, Dr. Arlene Manibing, school administrators, Mr. Romel Manibing, Mrs. Michelle Manibing, Mrs. Annalyn Manibing, faculty members, graduates, pleasant good afternoon to all, and congratulations. I'll be honest, I really felt a lot of pressure when I got the call from Tita Sol last February, inviting me to do the keynote speech for the day. But you know what? When you get a call from Madam Sol, it is not a question of if you will do it. The question is when. Kailan po, tita? I will do it. I will come and do your keynote speech for the day. So I said yes with much apprehension because I'm just used to giving the remarks, the graduation remarks for our own school in Quezon City. So it's such a privilege for me to be here today. So thank you again, dear administrators, for giving me this honor and allowing me to close this chapter of your life and to welcome you to the commencement of your next chapter. I was so happy to find out that the courses you are graduating from are actually related to my field of business, entrepreneurship, and education. Graduates, this June, I will be turning 35, so I'm now 34 years old. May I ask how old are you? 16? 19? 16, okay. So I guess I can safely assume that you can call me your ate. And consider my advice as an older sibling giving you pointers for the next 10 and 15 years of your life. Payagan niyo akong kwentuhan ko kayo sa ilang mga naranasan ko sa buhay ko. My hope that after my speech today, I could impart some inspiration and some words of advice which may or may not help you in the future. So, I'll try to make this quick. So, growing up, my parents have exposed me to the world of business. My parents have been entrepreneurs since I was a young girl. And they believe that any feasible business can be entered at the right time. There was a commercial before. It goes like this. Great things start from small beginnings. Growing up, reach early for your dreams. Sino may alam? Wala may alam, mga mamis? Wala. It was all your Milo commercial. You get a supply of Milo from the teacher. So, great things start from small beginnings. That is the mantra of my parents. That you need not start big, but small and slowly but surely. So small things. Saan po ako nagsimula? Back when I was in elementary, maybe I was 8 or 9 years old, ang negosyo po ng parents ko, my parents' business was the palamig. Alam niyo ba yung palamig? Palamig, bakery, beauty salon, at telephone calls, 5 piso for 3 minutes. So at the end of the day, after I go home from school and after I finish my homework, I will call all of these micro businesses and ask them, oh, magkano ang kita today? At such a young age. So, it was simple. It was gross sales minus expenses is net sales. So, napakadali pala mag-business. Ganun lang pala yun. And so I thought, or little did I know, that being a business owner has its own share of ups and downs. So naturally, my college course would be business management and entrepreneurship. Lalayo pa ba ako? I grew up, I came to understand the ins and outs of having a business, or in our case, family businesses. After I graduated at the age of 20, gusto ko na agad sumapa. So I told my dad, Dad, give me a chance and I will manage our career, our motor shop. So the problem was, being a business owner and being a business management and entrepreneurship graduate, we were taught that to be a successful leader, you must learn how to start from the bottom and work your way through the top. So in our case, since career nga po, motor shop, wala pong gusto magturo sa akin magpalit ng gulong o mag-overhaul ng makina. No one wanted to teach me how to change tires or overhaul an engine. So I hit a dead end with that. So I said, okay, let me try something else. During the same year, I also opened my first beauty salon. And so I learned again. I learned how to cut hair. I learned how to color hair. I learned how to curl eyelashes, mani, belly, you name it, I know it. And for several months I did that, until I realized the mistake I made, which was to situate, to locate my salon in the area where there's so much budol-budol and robberies going on, so much hold-upping going on. So after a few months, I threw in the white towel and I said, okay, I have to close this again. It's not working out. It's not safe. It's not worth it. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have a 9-to-5 job. You will live, breathe, and think 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't go home and leave your work on the office table. You wake up before everyone else does. Dahil kailangan mo sabihin kung anong gagawin ng mga tao mo for the day, or else they will be like headless chickens and wouldn't know what to do with their day. You have to be a leader at all times. And at the end of the day, you leave when everyone has already left. Araw-araw kang mag-iisip, every day you will think. And that mental effort is actually more challenging and more stressful than just doing a physical job. The stress affects you, it affects your family, the people around you, your relationships. You argue, you fight. Well, I'm not saying that the business is all negative. Of course, when you get a profit, it's really good. But these pressures really get to you, and sometimes you just cannot detach from that pressure. You take it to your sleep, you go to sleep, even thinking of some burdens. So, I decided to take a break. So in 2005, that was in the same year that I graduated, I told my parents again, Mom, Dad, I think I want to try not being a boss this time. I said, I want to apply just like everyone else and get a job, say yes sir, yes ma'am, follow some orders. And so I applied at one of the big and luxurious shopping malls in the Philippines. Okay, so I got the job, the pay was good, I had fun because I was surrounded with beautiful things all the time. It was a department store, it was a shopping mall. So I enjoyed, and I stayed quite for a long time before my parents said to me again, Anak, mas malaki pa yata yung ginagastos mo kaysa sa sinusweldo mo. So, a few months after that, I quit that job again. And I said, okay ma, I will help you naman with our school because we have our own school. And I said, okay, I'll stay here for a while and I'm gonna think about what I want to do next again. So, graduates, I haven't mentioned yet that I grew up with two brothers. And these two brothers, I felt like I was one of the boys. So these brothers of mine, they like cars, they like jet skis. Kung nakikita niyo po yung jet ski dito sa Subic, kami po yung dati. Nag-race po kami dito sa circuit ng Subic. We got the awards, we competed, we won. And yun nga po, I felt like I was one of the boys. So since we already did racing in the circuit, so that's land. We did a jet ski, so that was sea. I thought, why not the air? So in 2005, at the age of 21, I applied to be one of the cadet pilots in Philippine Airlines Aviation School in Clark. And I trained for 2 years in Clark, Pampanga. I left the reins of my parents again to become a commercial pilot. Okay, so fast forward to today. I did not pursue becoming a pilot because I felt that it wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And fast forward to today, I'm a mom of two, and I'm a school administrator, besides being a business owner to some few small businesses. So I hope that sharing a snippet of my life story to you will inspire you to know that your first job may not be the one for you. In many instances, maybe the course you have right now will totally be different from the career or the job you will get after your graduation. Your first job or business may not be a success, but you must learn how to pivot. So what is pivot? That is what I do every time. Pivot is a turnaround point. Baka may ibang mas bagay na negosyo o naaamang trabaho para sa inyo, and at your young age, there is no harm in trying, and as what our chairman in SBMU said, make mistakes. I started with my parents' businesses. I tried to work for someone. I became a pilot. But in the end, I went back to managing our businesses, and this is what I intend to do for the rest of my life. I was very lucky to have these opportunities in my life, and I was able to try a lot of things because of the love and support of my parents. And maswerte po ako at sinusuportahan ng magulang ko lahat ng maisipan ko. And kahit anumang pasukin nyo at gusto nyo maranasan, I know that your parents will do their best to support you. And you are here today because of them. So be thankful. Maswerte kayo at nag-aaral kayo sa isang prestigious school like College of Subic Montessori. It is not every day that ladies and gentlemen like you graduate. Marami gusto mag-aral but they are not given that chance, they are not given that opportunity. So you are very blessed to be here. So students, the secret is actually in not being afraid to try new things. And recognize early on if something is not for you. Then go after the next goal. Every day is a chance to achieve something. Grade 10 completers, senior high school graduates, it's still a long way to go. College life is ahead of you, and there's more to do. It starts with choosing the right strand in senior high school, or in choosing which course to take in college. Find something that you are truly interested in. I know it's such a cliche to advise you to find and do something you love. I know you've heard it. Find and do something you love, and it won't feel like a job. And you can do it every day and you'll be happy. And know that whatever trials you may encounter, always trust God and believe in yourself. Because after all the hardships, you will attain victory again. In life, we maintain our dedication in advancing and pushing our lives to be better. And the secret is to never stop aspiring for more. Huwag po tayong maging tamad. Gumising po tayo na maaga every day at maghanap ng gagawin. Kahit small things. You don't have to apply for a job tomorrow. As long as tomorrow you wake up early and not stay at home, make yourself productive, that's what matters. So lastly, I will part of this quote that the foundation of a better life and future depends on opportunities that have arisen from your education. It is not an easy process because part of these are the sacrifices, dedication, and determination for you to become a successful person. Hindi natin makakain pa. Thank you very much for the time. Again, congratulations and always remember to aim high. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Katherine. Okay, to award the Certificate of Appreciation, may I call on the administrators of College of Subic Montessori, Sir Romeo Manipis Jr., our Chief Operations Officer, Ms. Ivy Alejo, our Vice President for Administration, Dr. Soledad G. Manili, our Chief Executive Officer. College of Subic Montessori Subic Bay awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Katherine M. Ordoñez, Administrator of College of St. Catherine, Quezon City, for her commendable presence on the occasion of the 17th Celebration of Learning and first commencement exercises of the College of Subic Montessori, and dignifying the affair with the delivery of her message as keynote speaker. Her attendance is fittingly recognized and gratefully treasured. Given this 11th day of April 2018 at Verona Hall of the Subic Travelers Hotel and Event Center, Subic Bay, Freeport Zoo. Signed, Ivy Alejo, our Vice President for Administration, Romeo G. Manning Jr., our Chief Operations Officer, and Dr. Soledad G. Manning, our President and Chief Executive Officer. Thank you, ma'am.
It is the moment the parents and guardians have been waiting for, the receipt of their diploma, to present the document that certifies